Most brands are making million-dollar decisions based on insights from people who would never actually buy the product. And that's not a flaw in the market research, that's the system working exactly as intended. But Prelaunch.com flips the process. We simulate a real buying journey for products that aren't even built yet, so you can test based not on claimed intent, but actual purchase intent. Let's see how it works. First, users will see ads on Facebook. As they're scrolling, going about their everyday lives, they'll see an ad for a product they want to buy. In this case, this Ducati motorbike. They click on the ad and land on a product page. Here, it breaks down the product, everything about it, any videos, renders, whatever state the product is in, you can show it here. You can describe its features, its use cases, who it's for, how they use it, any pain points it's overcoming. And the greatest thing is, it doesn't need to be a $12,000 motorbike. We have FMCG, CPG, tech products, appliances, gardening products, pet products, you name it. In this case, this Wild Hive organic honey. So you've got the breakdown of the product on the first page. If people are interested, they can leave their emails, and this kind of confirms their interest in that concept. They still haven't seen the price. Once they leave their emails, they're taken to the reservation page. Now here, they can see the price. They can also choose which option they want. Do they want this little option, the big option? And they can reserve it for a small deposit. In this case, it's a $40, $15 product. They can leave a deposit of $1. For more expensive products, the deposit grows. But the idea here is that they're taking out their cards and putting down that money for this product. Once they've gone through the checkout, they filled in their card details. I'm obviously not going to fill in mine. They're taken to this thank you page and a survey pops up. So right there, once they've made that purchase, you're surveying them. Who they are, why they bought that product, what similar products they've used in the past, what problems this product is solving, what they hope to get out of this product, how they change the product. Whatever questions you have, you can survey your actual customers here. And the best thing is, if they're not ready to buy your product, they can always hit no thanks. So these are people who showed interest in the product concept, but they weren't interested in putting down the deposit. And again, we're surveying them. We're understanding who they are, why they were interested in the product, but also what objections they had to actually making the purchase. What objections you're going to have to overcome to reach your customers. So after running ads and bringing thousands of visitors to the page, you can hop over to the dashboard where you can see in this overview panel, you've got some highlights from survey responses, whether these were people who reserved or people who subscribed. You have a high-level overview of how interested people are in the concept, how interested people are in the price, and this pre-launch score, which brings together the concept score, the price score, and another 35 different metrics. And these are all benchmarked against products in a similar category, similar price point, similar audience, so you know how your product is performing compared to the competition. You can dive in more depth into the performance metrics, so understand the concept validation. How many people are subscribing? Is that concept interesting to people? The price validation. Again, if you price A/B tested, or if you tested different options, you can play around with the price and see how open people are to that price. And again, the pre-launch score. You can see where your traffic's coming from. Is this paid audiences? Are they pre-launch audiences? Or are you sending them direct? You can see ads results. This is extremely interesting. If you're running lots of different ads, you can test the messaging, you can test the visuals and see which ads are performing better. And then obviously the meat of this whole insights process, you can see their survey responses. And so here we group together different survey responses to understand what those main drivers are. So what sets this product apart from similar products? You can see here that no subscription fee is the main thing. And this is the cluster of the responses. We can dive in depth and see those individual responses, what people are answering. You can see what specific features people are interested in. Again, this highlights all of those specific features people are looking for. Same thing for the reservers, so the people who placed that deposit, and for the people who weren't ready to purchase yet. You can see their responses, what the main objections are that you need to overcome. You can supplement these original surveys with additional surveys, so you can dial down on a segment of people and send them a second survey and go deeper into their responses. All of the interview responses, you can see the video itself, you can see the summary, the transcript, and then all of this information is brought together in these customer personas. And these aren't your standard marketing customer personas. These are based on the actual responses of your reservers and subscribers. So obviously this isn't a real person, this is an AI generated cluster of all of those similar responses. And we can see Jessica Lee, she's a health conscious professional. These are the main things she plans on using that product for, her interests, her needs, her pain points. You can also dive in depth, like where they hang out online. Basically anything that you ask them in the surveys, you can see here the distinct customer personas that you should be targeting with your ads once you launch. Same thing for, again, the people who reserved and the people who subscribe. So you can see what those main objections are, who those people are that you could reach if you just change the product a little bit. So if you've ever been frustrated by low quality insights, this is your new unfair advantage. Prelaunch.com, real insights from real people in the real world.